Hello, in this video we will be discussing three things about Polkadot, its past, present and the probable future. Starting with the past, over the last 3 years, the smart contract cryptocurrencies have taken the stage in the crypto market as investors and users turn to Ethereum alternatives. One of the top picks in this regard has been Polkadot. Over the last few months, we have started to see the final form of crypto project come to fruition. Today I am going to give you a brief breakdown of Polkadot and tell you some of the project's most important updates and explain why DOT could become one of the top performing cryptocurrencies in the next bull run, what should be the probabilistic buying and selling targets as per technical analysis. If you are unfamiliar with Polkadot, here's what you need to know about Polkadot. Polkadot was founded by Gavin Woods in 2016. Gavin Wood is also a founder of Ethereum, who coded the first version of it. Polkadot was built by Parity Technologies for a profit software company based here in London. Polkadot's development was coordinated by the Web3 Foundation, Swiss non-profit which issues grants to up and coming Polkadot projects. Polkadot raised $145 million in a 2017 ICO and raised another $100 million across two token sales in 2019 and 2020 to compensate for the funds from 2017 ICO which were lost in a wallet hack. Polkadot's mainnet went live in 2020, but the transfer of Polkadot's native cryptocurrency coin didn't begin until August 2020. Polkadot is a smart contract cryptocurrency that used a novel proof-of-stake consensus mechanism called nominated proof of stake, which is like delegated proof of stake but better than setup allows Polkadot blockchain to handle around 1,000 transactions per second. Polkadot staking is done using Polkadot's native cryptocurrency coin. Although Polkadot is a smart contract cryptocurrency, its base blockchain, which is called the relay chain, is not a smart contract compatible and only handles DOT transactions, including transactions related to staking and governance. Polkadot's smart contract functionality comes from parachains, which are basically blockchains connected to the relay chain for security. Now there are three types of parachains: common good parachains, parathreads, and standard parachains. Common good parachains are blockchains that provide a function that's crucial to the Polkadot ecosystem, such as a cross-border bridge to Ethereum paraheads as pay-you-go blockchains, which can be shared by multiple crypto projects, and parachains are the blockchains that are leased for up to 2 years at a time for a single crypto project. Before there is a limit of 100 parachain slots on Polkadot relay chain, they are vetting process for crypto projects looking to secure each of these parachain types. The crypto projects that receive common good parachain slots are selected via community governance. The crypto projects that receive power thread slots are those that pay the highest price, and the crypto projects that receive regular power chain slots are selected via parachain slot auctions. Now, parachain slot auctions are kind of regular auctions that differences. Instead of bidding with dollars, crypto project bid with DOT, and the winner of the auction is selected at a random time near the end of the auction rather than at the right end. This prevents the last bidding to increase the chance of winning a parachain slot auction. Some crypto projects will do parachain loan offerings or PLOs, like initial coin offering or ICOs. PLOs involve giving some of the crypto project tokens in exchange for DOT to use its slot auction. Last October, Parity Technologies announced the release of developer tool called Substrate Connect, which makes it possible to interact with the dApps on the Polkadot parachains in a decentralized manner. In November, a crypto project called Acala won the first parachain slot auction worth over $1.3 billion equivalent DOT. A project called Moonbeam won the second parachain slot auction shortly after with more than $1.4 billion worth of DOT. To put things into perspective, Acala and Moonbeam each raised more than triple the amount of DOT than any other crypto project pursuing a parachain so far. In December, Polkadot's first 5 parachain officially plugged into Relay Chain. The crypto projects were Acala, Moonbeam, Astar, Parallel Finance, and Clover. Recently, Moonbeam's mainnet went live, introducing Ethereum virtual machine smart contracts to the Polkadot ecosystem. Meanwhile, Astar raised $22 million from various crypto VCs. A crypto report by Electric Capital also found that Polkadot's ecosystem had the highest number of cryptocurrency developers and was growing at a faster rate than Ethereum in early days. Anyhow, earlier this month, a report issued by Crypto Carbon Ratings Institute found that Polkadot has the lowest carbon footprint for any cryptocurrency. Gavin Wood also announced that Polkadot's interoperability protocol, dubbed Stellar XCM, as the most complete, meaning it would be possible to transfer tokens between Polkadot parachains as well as parachains on Kusama, Polkadot's live testnet that exists on its own crypto project. This news came just before Acala announced the next launch of AUSD, the first decentralized stablecoin in Polkadot's ecosystem that can be minted using DOT as collateral. And Acala's LC DOT, a tokenized representation of the DOT loan to project by PLO participant which can be freely traded. Now, despite all of the Polkadot's development, update and announcement, DOT hasn't done much in the terms of price, and it's actually quite down a lot. This is because of the few reasons. For starters, crypto market has been down since November due to the bear market, and the crypto investors have been feeling very uncertain due to macro factors. When this happens, money tends to flow from altcoins into BTC, and this is exactly what we have seen. Polkadot has been seeing as a bigger problem in this sense, however. As it so happens, institutional vehicles for crypto has seen record outflows since November, especially those for altcoins like DOT, while inflows for those institutional investment have been started to pick up recently. Most of this money gone to BTC and ETH, while DOT has been lagging behind. The good news is DOT's circulating supply hasn't increased by much, and which I was able to gather from CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko, only about 50 million additional DOT entered circulation since last October. Some of this DOT likely came from the Web3 Foundation, which gave grants to over 100 Polkadot projects last year. The rest came probably from a combination of staking rewards and selling by earlier investors, given that their DOT allocation had been fully unlocked since January last year. This increase in supply is minimum compared to the massive amount of DOT that has been locked up in Polkadot's parachain slot auctions. If my calculations are correct, approximately 150 million DOT has been locked up so far. This works out to be 15% of the DOT circulation supply. If you add that to 52% of the DOT that is currently being staked with a 28 DOT day lockup, if you are left with a very small supply that can be traded, and this supply restriction means DOT could pump quite a lot, just a little bit of demand. The question is where this demand is exactly coming from, should be coming from. The first answer would be, of course, when we enter the bull market, which is approximately scheduled for 2024, when the next Bitcoin halving will occur, and most probably the inflation would be controlled in the Fed and quantitative tightening would have ended. And also, besides parachain slot auctions, there really aren't any demand drivers for DOT for time being. This is because it looks like most of the Polkadot's current power chains use their own tokens to pay fees for the blockchains, and right now DOT is used as a collateral in DeFi to mint a decentralized stablecoin. With a bit of luck though, Polkadot's upcoming interoperability protocol will create enough demand drivers for DOT across its ecosystem to cause some positive price action. If it does, I reckon we can see the retest of its previous all-time high and even secure a new somewhere around $60 to $70 range. This ultimately depends on Polkadot's slots and their roadmap. Polkadot's current roadmap essentially ends with parachain slot auctions, which are currently in progress. The last milestone on Polkadot roadmap notes that pay-as-you-go parathreads will be added to near future as well, but I couldn't find the exact date when that's expected to take. I couldn't also figure out how many parachain slot auctions were reserved for technologies. Additional upcoming Polkadot milestone can be found in interview with and presentation from the Polkadot founder Gavin Wood in Polkadot's documentation and Polkadot's governance website. Gavin has identified 4 adjustments Polkadot will make this year, and the first, governance, specifically introducing alternatives to Polkadot Council Technical Committee, who currently have a significant amount of power in the governance process. The second is light clients, which are an alternative to RPC nodes. The plain English explanation to here is that interaction with Polkadot blockchain will be done in a decentralized manner. The third is to use bootstrapping instead of boot nodes, which is another technical term for decentralized validator node infrastructure. The fourth is so far by interesting that it mixnets, which based on the description means mixers on Polkadot blockchain. For those unfamiliar, mixers make it possible to break the link between sender and recipient on public cryptocurrency blockchains such as Polkadots. In December interview, Gavin detailed the second chapter of Polkadot, which is of course called Polkadot 2.0. According to Gavin, the focus of Polkadot 2.0 is to increase Polkadot scalability, interoperability, treasury measurement, and parachain onboarding. According to admittedly limited information on Polkadot's documentation about Polkadot 2.0 will leverage zero knowledge proof, test the limits of how many chains and relay chain can support. We see whether it's possible to link multiple relay chains together for the Polkadot assembly website. Two Polkadots caused my eye. The first is sort of Messari published quarterly reports on Polkadots and its ecosystem. One exchange for the modest $125 of Polkadots tend to account for price volatility. No decisions on this proposal yet. This brings me to the concerns that I have about for Polkadot, and my first concern is the complacency on the part of dot holders, specifically when it comes to the governance. This is because all Polkadot upgrades are ultimately decided by the dot holders via community vote, but if nobody is voting, then it's difficult or impossible for Polkadot to make progress as a project. I reckon that most active dot holders are the ones participating in Polkadot parachain loan offerings, and the only problem is that I'm pretty sure these dot holders aren't allowed to vote. Once they have loaned out their dot, in the case it could be easily changed, but that would require a community vote, which is as ironic as isn't as it is unfortunate. The second concern I have Polkadot relates to the competition, specifically on the developer front end. Polkadot's ecosystem has the second largest developer base of any cryptocurrency. It's likely to fight for developers with Solana and Near protocol. This is because Polkadot, Solana, and Near protocol are all coded in Rust language. Although Polkadot entities like Parity Technology have been aggressively recruiting Rust developers, Solana and Near protocol have been doing the same, but they have much more money to offer than Polkadot, at least for now. The last concern I have about Polkadot is related to regular competition, not from Ethereum but from Cosmos. Polkadot is arguably most similar to Cosmos than Ethereum because it's focused on interoperability rather than programmability. Per se case in point, there is a Polkadot Cosmos comparison page in Polkadot's documentation, and Gavin keeps getting asked about Cosmos in interview. As far as interoperability goes, Cosmos is further along Polkadot, simply because all Cosmos-backed blockchains can seamlessly interoperate already, thanks to the IBC and Cosmos-backed blockchains that can also act as relay chains as to speak. So said the Polkadot that has many more demand drivers than Cosmos Atom. It's also loved by institutional investors and retail investors alike. More importantly, Cosmos ecosystem can survive without Atom, whereas most of the Polkadot's power chains would perish without the relay chain. Polkadot has an additional edge over any other crypto project, and that is the parachains can offer fearless transactions while maintaining the security via relay chain. As Gavin mentioned in many interviews, this feature alone could be the key to mass adoption of Polkadot because users can have never to hold any crypto or wallet to interact with truly permissionless and decentralized applications. Moving on towards the technical analysis for Polkadot in the long run. We have so far seen Polkadot has been dropped from its all-time high of November, approximately 87% as of right now. Currently, it's trading at $7.51, while its all-time high was around $54.71 as of November, which marks the bull market for many of the altcoins along with Bitcoin. So far as concerning the Polkadot's all-time high, which I would reckon would be approximately colliding with a minimum $100 billion market cap. Currently, Polkadot's market cap is around $7.4 billion, and if we do it approximately $100 billion, that would correspond to 13.5x from now. Right now, Polkadot's price is, as we already see, is around $7.5 dollars. If we multiply it with a market cap multiplier, then it would be minimum around $100. That is my long-term target for the next bull run for Polkadot. That corresponds to approximately 13.5 technically from now, and we already see that Polkadot is trading below its 100 weekly moving average as well. So right now there is a lot of potential in Polkadot. Moving on towards Polkadot, what would be the Polkadot's buying target for me? Currently, my buying targets for Polkadot would be around $6.5, $6.7 to $5.5. That would be a small window right now, but it all depends upon Bitcoin's price action. However, already discussed in the Bitcoin update videos, we have far more downside for Bitcoin. So for my buying range for Polkadot would be in this range of $6.7 to $5.6, and I would start to DCA as soon as Polkadot's price hits $6.5, which it already did once, and I have accumulated a bit of Polkadot right now, but I will continue to DCA as lower it goes, considering the potential Polkadot has, and I would allocate approximately 15 to 20% of my long-term portfolio to Polkadot. Please hit the like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also, you can watch here the potential for Solana and its buying and selling price targets. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.